Good evening. I'm Scott Pelley. Tonight, during this Memorial Day weekend, 60 Minutes presents War Stories. Navigating the end of the longest war in American history is the job of General John Campbell. His mission is making sure that after the U.S. withdraws from Afghanistan, the Afghan security forces do not go the way of Iraq, where territory that was fought over and won by the U.S. at great cost was lost, because the Iraqi military wasn't strong enough to hold the enemy back. Could the same thing happen in Afghanistan? The U.S. combat mission...
General Campbell flew us out to their main training facility in the high desert on the southern edge of Kabul, where they allowed us a rare opportunity to see some of these soldiers up close. They have their own wing of specialized pilots. And on this training exercise, the Afghan commandos showed how they would assault an enemy compound.
They have a PC-12, which is...
While they operate mostly on their own, they still rely heavily on the U.S. in areas like intelligence and logistics. And there are fears over what will happen when the Americans withdraw, heightened by the collapse of U.S.-trained forces in Iraq.
There is a lot more talk from many of the senior leaders I deal with on the Afghan security forces about Iraq and Syria and what's going on, and saying, hey, the coalition left Iraq, and a couple of years later, look what happened. Don't let that happen to us here in Afghanistan.
The U.S. significantly underestimated the risks of withdrawing completely from Iraq. Do you face any of the same risks here?
The fundamental difference is that the senior leadership, both on the military side and in the government, want the coalition. They want the U.S. to stay here.
But do we share any of the same risks?
There'll still continue to be threats here in Afghanistan that will try to dictate that it is not stable. So, absolutely.